Burns, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. And by orders of management, I now have to wear a smock when I do work in the shop. You may ask why. I did, and I was told that I bought the smocks and I can destroy them. She bought the t-shirts, and I can't destroy those. So I wear the smock. Keeps all the crap off my clothes and the finish off my stuff and everything, and it's all right. I picked this one up when somebody at an AAW thing said you had to have a smock to help do a demonstration. So I had to buy one, and it's all right. I like the ones that we were having made for us. Don't know what happened to that deal, but it went away. Now let's talk about what we're here for today. I want to do a little something on Lathezilla. We're going to start with something, okay? Just a starter, and I want you to see what's going to go on, because this is one of the favorite toys in the world. If I had TV out here, which I don't, which is good, I'd sit and watch TV all night long and doodle daddle on this thing and make a lot of shavings. But if you want to see what we're doing, all you got to do now, you know the deal, you got to watch. Okay, so you with me? This is Lathezilla. It's an ornamental lathe that I created with the guidance or assistance, but then that didn't work out, of Gorse Duplessis. Gorse had one made out of aluminum. I made this out of steel. It weighs about 200 or 300 pounds. It's a very efficient unit, does nice work. If you'd like to build one, we have the plans on sale on our website. But this is a remote driven ornamental lathe. That cutter right here does all the cutting for us. I just locked it down in position, it goes. Now watch if you can see it moving, you're in the catbird seat. You see that going back and forth? Yes, it is oscillating. It is moving back and forth. It's following a 4 pattern right now, a little bit further down the road, and I'll show you more about that later. But it's following a 4 pattern, and it's going to put that 4 pattern on that block. So we're going to turn on a cutter. That's simple. That's being powered by a variable speed motor from a power planer I have in the back, a power sander. But I'm going to turn the little handle because it works like a machine vise, like a machine tool. You hear it? Cutting those 4 lobes into that piece. They're going to look like a 4-leaf clover. Now, what does this work good for? Well, I can do that kind of ornamentation on a piece. I have a star at the bottom of that piece. I have a large knock on the top. I have other ones around here that I've done, and they all work out really nice. You see how intense this can be? Just let it run. And it was driving it straight in. I'm going to move it out a little bit. About a quarter turn is a tenth of an inch. A turn's a tenth of an inch. Quarter turn's what, a 40th of an inch? Let's do the math. All right. And in that is going to put the pattern on this piece of decorated plywood, or plywood. I get this plywood from Ruth Niles. Ruth's a sweet lady, and when I got sick, she asked me if she could send me to make things go better. She sent me a whole box of these sections. There they are. All right, and I put double stick tape on them, put them on a face block, and then we go to cutting them. Now, a couple of things. I'm not cutting exactly square, so let me stop this, and I'm going to break it free and show you something. A little rustiness here. Now, if you can see that, it's a 4-leaf clover, but it's not truly aligned. This one's a little bit higher than that one. This one will look one side to that one. I can adjust that by adjusting the height of the cutter to either get rid of that or add it back in. I've got some really, really unique pieces I've done where I added it back in. But we decorate the pieces and we spin them out, and I'm going to back the thing off a little bit. We decorate the pieces and then we spin them out, and I'm going to show you something. That's a little like a brochet. Brochet? Ladies wear them on their jackets. That's colored plywood. That's colored plywood. Am I up there? There I am. All right. Different pattern. This is 3 bumps on 6. That's what Gorse called it. This is 3 bumps on 8. Different pattern. Not identical. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has got 6 points, and it's 3 bumps on the 6. And all those are guided by the template that is back on the back end of this thing. Let me stop it and I'll show you. Now, to give you an idea of what we're doing, we are taking a little cutter, and these are little bitty triangle cutters, and we still have some to sell. We had them made. Some guy pooed me on the internet and told everybody they're not as exact as they need to be and all that. It was just one of these things where they sold them, I sold them, they got the noise, I got the hit. We still have the cutters. We're cutting this decoration. Now, let me show you something. This, oh, I thought this was just sitting here. It looks like it's glued on. That's a hell of a note when I reach it. It's glued on. Doggone it. Well, that's a little rose pattern that we did. And we did it on a 3 bumps on 6 template. Now, the template is what I wanted to show you. Let me zoom in here. I'm going to turn on the template and let it move. Now, that is what it's following. Lighting is bad, but I'm trying to get it to where you can understand it. I have a roller bearing in that silver piece. The roller bearing is off of a router bit. It is following one of those 4 cutters back there. Now, I've got 35 different shapes in those shapes. But this time I was following a 4 because I was going to do a 4-lidded bowl, a 4-lidded box a long time ago, and that was going to be the cover for it. And then I was going to make some pins to go along with it. But see, the piece follows the pattern. That is going here. If I can show you all this. I'm going to turn this around and bring this over. It's just about that simple to do. I'm going to go down a little bit. So I'm going to go down a little bit. I'll lock it back down. This is a tool holding post. I got it off eBay. The other parts, the bearings came off eBay, the bushings came off eBay. The cutter came from Lindau White, who makes cutters and stuff for these gizmos. And I have a half a dozen of different cutters and cutter bars of different shapes. Some have got internal motors on them. Guess I got to dig that out later. To be self-propelled, different than that other thing. Those orange belts. Learned how to do that with the guy. When I first got into it, the guy said, "You have to go find somebody to make those." I went over to a little belt place in New Orleans, and the guy pulled his little, I want to say Bunsen burner, a little alcohol flamed thing with it. Took his utility knife, warmed it up, sliced them together, and stuck them together. It was a trick. Go pay somebody. Yeah. All right, now I got this run. I'm going to turn the cutter back on. Now, once you get oriented, you start it. You don't want to get completely out of a cut. Because then you got to register again. I'm going to show you what happens if we go the other direction. We had 4 lobes. And you're looking at the thing. Let me close up on it a little bit. Right. This is an ornamental light. Now, I drove it on that side because of the way the template is shaped. I got a 4-leaf clover. Watch what happens when I keep cutting on the same gizmo, but I've now went negative to the other side. I'm no longer going to have a 4-leaf clover. I'm going to have a completely unique design. And if I leave it to be part of 4-leaf clover and part of this design, it can never be duplicated by anybody else. That's the beauty of this whole thing. And that is the beauty of ornamentation. A little bit is good. Too much is overkill. And if you know how to control it, you'll come away with a better looking product. Now, I'm going to back this up a little bit. So I'm saying, some of this has been sitting here for 4.5 years. The belt I welded a few minutes ago is about to pop. But that's okay. I know how to light up the Bunsen burner and go again. Just see the pattern we ended up with. Get this down for you. That's the pattern. Has 4 clovers with 4 points. Now, what good is that? Well, if you're doing jars or boxes or decorations or lids or something, you want your work to be a little unique. This is the kind of thing you do to make it a little unique. Now, if you go crazy, it's going to be too busy and you're going to lose some of it. Because it's too hard to follow the lines if the lines do this. Alright? Do you understand? You can have just so many flat spots. Your eye rests on the flat spots. And the curves accent what you rest on. So that's what this does. Now I've done plates, platters, bowls, lids, finials. This thing turns awesome finial. I got to show you that. Done all that right here on this machine. I can power it with that belt, that drive from the... it's one of those 1020 sanding things. I saw the motor, variable speed, about a half horsepower. I got to have one. I wrote Jet or Win or one of those companies. I ordered a replacement motor, and that's what I use for power. I also got the same motor on some other stuff they use for power, because it's a variable speed DC motor. That's not easy to find in this world today. It's getting easier, but you can't explain it at the local hardware store. Which is why I go to MSC and Granger and other places like that, because they understand what it takes to make things work. And when you have a motor problem like that, it's the way to go. And here's another one. Write this one down. LittleMachineShop.com. Write the whole word out. LittleMachineShop.com. Now go there if you're looking for collets, bushings, adapters, plates, all these. These folks have everything like that, and they're really good to deal with you. You talk to them on the phone. They'll find somebody in the shop that might be able to understand what you're talking about if you don't. But LittleMachineShop.com is one of my favorite places to go. And I buy all these toys and tricks and gizmos and all that. It's just part of what you have to do when you play with things. And I'm honest with you, folks. I'm coming back in here after 4 years. I don't ever remember buying some of this crap. And I did call it crap. I got stuff out the yang-yang. Parts and pieces and brackets and gizmos. There's a camera holder right there. I don't know what kind of camera fits in that holder. There's one over there and I don't have the end on it. You know, those things are going to come back. That's why we do this. That's why I'm talking to you. Because this should come back to you. You should understand it. You should appreciate it. And you should be able to work with it. I had traumatic brain injury. It was a tumor. I went into a coma. I was 8 months learning how to walk. All those things happened. But I'm back in the shop. I'm right here, right now, making shavings. What are you doing? Oh, a little catch up on business. Going to remind you again, SWAT, S-W-A-T, Southwest Association of Turners. It's SWAT Wood Turners, and you'll find it on the Google. The finest symposium in the entire world. Yep, that's my rating for them. Is going to be in Waco, Texas, August 24th, 25th, and 26th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It is a world-class event that doesn't act like a world-class event. They're family. They're just family. I love seeing my friends all over again right there. I love seeing Lyle Jameson and Cindy Droza and Vince Welch and John with JT Tools, and all these. I go there to visit with these people because we all have something in common. So do you and I. So put that on your list. SWAT. SWAT. Hope to see you there. And we are still posting photographs. Let me see if I have a couple this time. I think I have a couple of pictures I can put right here. These are photographs woodturners sent to me by mail, and they said, okay, use it, and that means I can put it on our website or this venue, and we can show you the work they're doing. They're very proud of their work. I'm very proud of them. I love to hear from them. I love to see them. I've got some friends all over the world that buy from us, and we do ship all over the world, that want to show us what they're doing. We're going to show you what they're doing. So you got one? Send me a picture to my regular email address. Not in a copy thing for sending the comments on a... Hey guys, gals, y'all know there's like a million of these message things, and I can't assign all of them. I don't have enough time in my life. So I do mail and I do Facebook. That's it. So, and that's enough, really. So I think that kind of wraps us up for today. So while you absorb that, I'm going to go back to making shavings. Yeah, the easy way on Lathezilla. Hi.